Hello everyone. So I don't know actually if I can hear myself. Maybe just I haven't done a mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yep. Yep. So I can hear myself. Okay. Hello, drones in jail. Hi viewers. This is the bronze, silver, gold, platinum clan league. So it's a game between FS Fusion Slugs. Oh man, that sounds loud. Sound. Just okay, between Fusion Slugs. This is game 2 and Team Knight. So TN stands for Team Knight and FS stands for Fusion Slugs. So I can't really pronounce his name. So we have our Blue Zerg Anubis in the top left hand corner. And there will be a ZVP, Zerg versus Protoss, with the red Protoss from Fusion Slugs. Wow, pronouncing his name is gonna be hard. I think I'll just pronounce it with silent J. It will be Hejuka. Hejuka. Pretty cool. Hejuka sounds pretty exotic. So Hejuka right now has good timing sense. Once he sees the poo from Zerg, he immediately goes down to block the natural hatchery of the from the Zerg itself. So usually for Zerg there can be a few turnarounds. One is that you can just wait for your pool to finish, send 2 to 4 links, queue off the probe, then expand. And another one could be that, yeah, I was gonna say another way could be that you could sneak your drone. Once you see the probe go out, you can just sneakily sneak your drone into the natural and expand there. Or another option could be just take your turret directly, then you just take a second base so that you go 3 base direct. So right now, I mean, yeah, there was no pylon block, no gateway block at all, and the Zerg player Anubis has been successful in getting down his hatchery. But here from the Protoss we see Nexus first. So this build is actually pylon, Nexus, Forge, then gateway. So in this way you will get a slightly better economy. So I can understand why he doesn't want to waste like even 25 minerals on making a proxy pylon and cancelling it. But in my opinion, generally, as long as even if you delay the Zerg by like 10 seconds, you can just don't let your pylon finish and just cancel it like maybe when it's near to completion. So it's like you spend 75 minerals. It's still worth it though, because any delay is just worth it. Because the delay will like cause them to, oh man, the links are gonna run through. Oh man, oh this is terrible. So 6 links immediately run through because he went, yeah, the forge was later, somehow the cannon was later. So the links are gonna do a lot of damage, and he has to pull at least half of his probes. Immediately taking down 1 pylon. This probe should be able to, no, there isn't enough probes. Oh, he's immediately starting to lose probes. So that 1 Zealot, once his chrono boosted out, should be able to handle this. Yep. So probes having decent micro, losing 1, losing 2, and a Zealot there. I mean, the links, if unsupported, they could kill the Zealot. Good micro there from the Zealot, pulling them back. So yep. So the links will be no issue at all. And does he have a gap? Yep. The Zealot should hold a gap, and yeah, the probes should go back to mining. 2 Zealots. Very good. So actually at this stage of the game, technically he can actually wait for his cannon to almost be close to finishing, and he could do Zealot pressure, and which is he's exactly doing right now. But yeah, I mean actually he should be taking a cyber core. No, so Hejukan now actually just going hardcore Zealot pressure, instead opting to delay his cybernetic score. But it will be a waste of gas, so yep, slight supply block, but he'll still be able to get 4 Zealots out, and he really should be going for this Zealot pressure. Oh man, there's a gap. Ichika realizes that there's a gap. Oh man, yeah, but doesn't make yeah, oh man, yeah, that's a fail. So Ichika immediately should go for this Zealot pressure, at least get control of the Xanaga towers, and you should scout the Zerg turret, because by seeing whether the Zerg takes the third base, you will know that approximately what kind of timings. So Hijika being having good game sense immediately goes to scout or A move even. Yep, if you can actually force a cancel, it'd be even better. But most Zergs will be reluctant to cancel this unless it's really down to health. So you will force the Zerg to like make patches of Zerglings. So you will delay his drone timing. And if you micro well, just go between the mineral lines. You can actually force the Zerg to be less cost efficient. You can have oh man, this is very good micro here. So if Hejuka micros this well, he should be able to take down this hatchery. We'll just see if Anubis wants to cancel it. A lot of links are popping out. So Hejuka, oh, I think Anubis will barely save it. Yeah, he will save it. So right now he's just parking them here, being a nuisance, trying to be as cost effective as possible. Meanwhile, you can see Hejuka just building up more gateways. But is the Cybercore even done? Yes, Cybercore is done. But I forgot Warp Gate. That's kind of bad on Hejuka's part. So Zerg has stopped. The Zealot is still alive. You can just poke it with the Queen actually. Then the Zealot will just die. So Anubis here that can't handle his multitasking for a while. So we should be able to take care of this Zealot shortly. Oh, another probe. Oh, probe is kind of wasted though. I mean, you shouldn't rally the probe here. The probe should be sent here instead to make proxy pylons. But Anubis, our Zerg player, actually has a very good scouting overlord right here, because this is actually a prime location to put down proxy pylons, such as here, exactly, Star Sense. So, and here as well. So this area will be all good locations for proxy pylons. So right now Zerg is droning up. Let's compare the worker count, 33 to 37. Protoss seems to be just slightly behind. I think Protoss has managed pretty well, because considering they lost quite a lot of mining time, but the harass by the 3 zealots was absolutely fantastic. It was great harass actually. It caused the Zerg player actually to make links instead of drones, and almost took down the hatch. I mean, so it's worth it if he took down the 3rd hatch. It's definitely worth it. So is that a Roach Warren? Yeah, Roach Warren is done. So the Zerg player will be looking to go probably the Stefano style. It will be Roach Ling, pressure against the Protoss. So they'll make it difficult to actually for Protoss to take the 3rd. At the same time, you'll be defending any kind of timing rush from the Protoss itself. But right now we're seeing that Protoss has cut probes actually. The natural saturation is pretty bad. So opting to get +1 armor. Let me check. Yep, +1 attack is done. Opting to get +1 armor. Should be seeing blink. Oh yeah, sorry I missed this. Ooh, nice location for a proxy pylon. But since roaches are out, the zealots will be completely shut down. So he really needs to get blink, which he does, and he needs to get stalkers. But technically, if I were the Protoss, I wouldn't let my zealots just hang out here, because this is just asking to be surrounded by roaches. I will actually pull my zealots back. Ooh, he's just going to continue with this pressure. Yeah, if you can force through this ram is good, but Zerg can always go for a surround at the bottom part, and yeah, it will be death for all the Protoss forces here. So if I were the Protoss, I really wouldn't suggest trying to hold this ram. I would suggest pulling back, macroing up, getting, if you want to do a 2 base timing, you can get a whole bunch of stalkers back at your base. So once the Protoss force is big enough, like you can get a certain size of Protoss ball with blink, and you could try again, maybe with higher tech like Colossus or Immortals. Yep, Robo Bay just finished, so we shall see whether he will drop. Oh, double Robo. So right now I'm thinking, yeah, this pressure is definitely going to get shut down. If the Protoss forces go out there, it's near death. The only danger for the Protoss right now, it will be a big surround from both sides. If yeah, you beat the force use here, but the rest of the units go here. Yep. So right now the Protoss player Hejuka wisely pulling back. Should at least leave a zealot. Control the Xanaga watchtower. Vision is very important in any matchup. So now just roach and link. Supply bulk 54 drones to 38. Pretty healthy, but just looking at saturation, just down by, oops, sorry. So looking at saturation, almost perfect, just down by 1 drone. Saturation here is not as good. You could have a few more drones here. So right now we see our Zerg player taking 4, 5, ideally I think he will take up to 6 gases, and the macro hatch is down, so we should be seeing Infestation Pit, and maybe, oh, Infestation Pit is already down, but no Infestor Energy upgrade. Yeah, we should be seeing the Infestation Energy upgrade, then maybe either Spire Tech, or, I don't know, Burrow is being researched. Roach Burrow is not being researched though. They're missing an inject bit here, so check. So +2, let me check upgrades on Zerg. +1 armor, and +1 melee. So now it's going for +2 melee. So it'll be more melee focus. Definitely the links will do higher damage. Third base, but excellence overseer scout by Anubis, the Zerg player. So seeing that first indeed taken a third. If usually for Zerg players, what they would do is that they would actually try to max out with Roach Link and do a huge counter timing pressure on the Protoss third to try and deny his third. So if the Protoss has less army, like this small ball here, and moves out into an open area that can be surrounded by Roach and Links, usually the Protoss will lose. So yep, just clearing out all the proxy pylons. So right now actually we're looking at a Protoss player +3. Upgrades are actually excellent. So +2 attack is finished, +1 armor is done, +3 is on the way. Oh, he even got charge. So charge is done, blink is done. More and more immortals coming out. This is an excellent unique composition to actually combat mass roaches. Some people feel that Colossi are needed in the matchup. Not really. If you actually micro well and like keep your immortals behind with good force fields to surround to keep the roaches from reaching your immortals, actually your immortals can do huge amounts of DPS to a high percentage of roach. That means even though it's a roach link army, because your force fields can keep out the links, and the rest of the damage actually comes from the roaches, so you can actually wipe out most of it. So now we have 3 immortals in this army. Clearing the rocks. So just clearing the changelings. Technically I would suggest this immortal should join here. Okay, let's look at the force fields. Force field! Oh man, the force fields are not good enough. There's only 2. It totally didn't split the Roach army, so the Roach army surrounds. This is terrible for the Protoss player. So we shall see how much damage Zerg can do. Apparently Protoss is still surviving, but all the immortals are down. So with actually reinforcement streaming from the Zerg, I think the Protoss has really lost this. I think this is GG. So can one immortal save the day? Streams and streams of roaches and links. So this is the kind of timing push that is quite deadly for Protoss. So if you actually don't get the force use correctly and your immortals don't survive, yeah, most of the time it's actually curtains for Protoss. So good fungals. Yep, good targeting, good target fire by the Zerg, focusing down the immortals. So as the links stream in and more roaches stream in. What? Where are the roaches? You only have a few surviving though. Wow. I'm guessing the Zerg player missed his injects, because it's like technically with his stockpile of gas and minerals, actually he could just continuously stream in roaches rather than just purely links. But yeah, even links could wipe this small force pretty easily. We should be seeing GG from the Protoss pretty soon. One Colossi is not gonna save the day. Even though supplies are pretty even, it's 100 to 74, but Zerg has actually 4 hatches, so he even has Hive Tech done. So Spire, 4, okay, sorry I'm wrong, 5 hatches actually. 5 hatches, if all the injects are done properly, Zerg can actually remax in like 60 to maybe 90 seconds. You can count 60-90 seconds, you can instantly remax from 100 to 200 with just pure Roach Link. So getting all 3 trees, yeah, this is just a finishing move. Technically, if actually the Zerg should just end this. I mean, most Zergs, I would advise most Zergs to just carry on pushing, because you should actually kill off the Protoss when they're down and not let the Protoss get like to a 4 Colossi army with certain sizable amount of sentries. Because with 4 Colossi and like 150 supply of Protoss, actually can easily take on a maxed out supply of Zerg. So I think Anubis is making a big mistake. This is letting the Protoss just come back in this game. Once these two Colossi pop, they should be chrono boosted. Once these two Colossi pop, this Roachling army, even though it looks scary, 170 supply, will actually not do much against 4 Colossi, some sentries with good force fields, and maybe a few Zealots and Stalkers to tank the rest of the shots. But Infestors do change the game a lot, because with Chain Fungals you can actually lock down the Colossi in place, and Roaches can just move around flank and just snipe off the Colossi. So Greater Spire being produced, so we'll be seeing Broodlords shortly. But one worrying thing for... Yep, just check. Yeah, he's not mining gas here, because I've been looking at the stockpile of gas. Oh, big fight. Sorry, I missed it. So, yep, this is GG, I guess. So instantly losing one Colossi, the whole army. I think the Fungals actually got it. Plus 3 attack is done, but what can 2 Colossi do? There's just no money. Worker supply, even though Protoss is ahead on workers, but we shall see. Oh, so Fungal snipe. Valiantly tries to blink in to tank shot. One Colossi gets away, but yeah, nothing else in production. So another warp in pure Zealots. Usually when you see Protoss warping in Zealots, it's desperation. I forgot which caster said it. I think it was Orb or something. It was a famous caster from America. So usually when you see like an engagement when Protoss warps in pure Zealots, it's desperation mode. So more units streaming in. I don't even think we'll see Broodlords in this game, even though Greater Spire is done. Oh, DTs. Yeah, we shall see when there's Overseer here actually. Yeah, just waiting for the Protoss to tap out. Just for lulz, we just look at how many kills this few High Templar can get before they finally kill it. 8, 9, 10 Instructor High Templars, Mentor High Templars. Sometimes the High Templars always get so many kills, you always wonder if they are like... Every High Templar is like a trainer, like Instructor, Mentor and Trainer in the Protoss army. So it's like they are actually... when you enlist at the Zealot Academy, the High Templars are always like your drill sergeants. They're like, this is how you should slash Zerglings. They are like the sensei in your Zealot dojo, and the Archon is like I don't, just a big ass, a big badass though, because Archons just kill so much shit. So worker count 51 to 58. Yep, is it gonna morph Broodlords? Yeah, we're just gonna end this with Broodlords. Not a lot of Infestors though. There's a lot of stockpile gas because it, lack of drones. Technically for endgame, I mean, if you don't have a huge stockpile of resources, 70 to 75 drones is actually optimal. Ooh, oh, this would make a balance then. See, 4 Archons are super badasses. They can like pull off large amounts of buy for a long period of time, especially at the choke point here. Yeah, you just see the Zerglings die. Just look at this: 15, 17 kills, 14, 9. You see the Zerg army vaporize, 23, 20, 16, 20. So just see these 3 Archons and plus the 4 Archons combined easily killed like 100 Zerg units. So yep, when you see Archons in the choke, don't push Zergs. Yeah, just wait for the Archons to come out in the open and then you surround them and they will tag GG. Yep. I mean, 6 pools are like kinda difficult, even though it's a forced cross spawn location for all GSL maps. because just of the huge traveling distance, if your opponent just goes for like a 14 pool, they can like just hold it barely. 15 hatch, maybe they'll have some problems trying to hold it, but yeah, we shall see whether if any player 6 pulling. So far, nope. So maybe just get the overlay up. So we have our, on the left hand side, we have the Teal Zerg from Team Knight Anubis with actually 2 wins in a row. And on our right hand side, we have the Purple Zerg from Fusion Slugs, Zomg Ruffle. Whoa, what the Overlord at 9. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so Anubis actually has a slightly different build order. She does an Overlord at 9 and makes a drone, while our Ruffle, I'll just call him Ruffle. So while Ruffle here actually does the double extractor trick, instead to get just a few more drones out before making his Overlord, and then he goes for the drone scout, which is okay for such a big map, because actually some players, like I myself, when I play Zerg, I opt just to skip the drone scout, because it's like, since it's such a big map, I just go send my Overlord in the general direction of a cross location, either through here and either through here. Most of the time, if it's a rush like a 6 pool, when your Overlord reaches in the middle of the map, you should be seeing Zerglings running past at around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or maybe slightly earlier, like 2 minutes 20. So if you see Zerglings running past with your Overlord, generally you can make an emergency pull. So Ruffle from Fusion Slugs here going for the more standard 14 gas 14 pool, and there will be a 15 hatch from our Team Knight Zerg player. So it'll be 15 hatch, 15 pool, and he's delaying his gas though. So it'll be a 15 hatch, 15 pool with delayed gas. Wow, that means, well, we'll be seeing a lot more pressure probably from our purple Zerg player Ruffle here. So Ruffle will probably be, we shall see whether he stops collecting gas at 100, because there are actually 2 versions of this build. You can actually just cut your gas at 100, just get Zergling speed, pull like 2 to 3 drones back to minerals, get your Zerglings out, take your natural expansion. It's a super safe build, ZVZ. But another version of it is like you could actually keep collecting gas beyond 100, then start a Baneling Nest or Roach Warren. So let's see, cuts 2. So since it's cutting 2, I will be, it's pulling all 3. Okay, so it'll be probably, this will be what we call a Zergling expand build, Speedling expand. Sorry, this will be Speedling expand. So these 6 Speedlings here, Zerglings will be just looking to scout, then it'll be looking at what damage it can do. So Ruffle actually doing a good job keeping a drone alive for as long as he can, seeing just all the gas timings and all. So drone's gonna die pretty soon though. And defensive spine, 6 Zerglings are gonna reach way earlier, so 6 versus 3 is a non-fight. Immediately 1 Zergling go 2, 3, third, this spine is gonna go down, or it has to be cancelled. They can actually focus down this queen, which will be pretty big. Oh, the queen goes down. Oh man. So right now Anubis has been forced to make emergency Zerglings, losing 2, 3. Plus the spine, actually Anubis lost 4 drones. 4 drones, 3 Zerglings and 2 queens. Actually, if Ruffle actually, oh my god, Ruffle is actually, he's actually committing to this. So he is committing to this, because he's just being supply blocked. Because actually Ruffle sees that he did quite a significant amount of damage and he wants to do even more damage. Oh, Link's not participating in the fight. Oh my god, Ruffle, you could have taken that on easily, just because he didn't. Okay, the game's, the pressure's still technically not over yet. If there's actually no Bane's Nest. If there was a Bane's Nest, Baneling Nest, the actually pressure could have continued. But just that small mishap, because those 4 to 6 Zerglings didn't join the fight. Here, the result could have been pretty different. So defensive spine goes down, and Roach Warren actually goes down for Anubis. So I think you'll be pretty safe, because with so many Zerglings and 1 defensive spine, you really can't run past this unless you have a lot of Banes. But pretty good damage from Ruffle. Ruffle actually sacrificing his larvae to make a huge bunch of Zerglings. So actually technically, I mean, yeah, Ruffle is a hit because he sniped like 4 drones, 1 queen and a fair number of Zerglings. I mean, those are always a good trade. When you trade lings for drones, and you force your opponent to make more lings, wasting larvae. In the meanwhile, if you had actually droned up at home, you'll be actually definitely a hit in the ZVZ. So right now we'll be seeing that, yep, drone counts is pretty equal. But Roach Warren is already down for Anubis. Lair tech is going. Yep, Lair tech has been started. Oh, still only pure links from Brothel. Oh man, this is actually I'll have to give the advantage to the Teal Zerg, because right now Anubis actually has a tech advantage, because when Lair is done, he'll be most probably investing in roach speed, and you can start seeing roach production. So technically, looking at drone counts, wow, Teal is pretty ahead, because the thing is with mass link production, personally I don't really like it. Is that you're actually wasting a lot of larvae to make links, and these links, they can't do anything to your opponent at this moment of time, so I'll treat it as larvae wasted. Oh, I think he's gearing for a big huge run by, so let's look at the production tab. Not really though. Yeah, right now he's getting his lair, so and he's collecting gas off to lair, getting evil chamber. Oh, okay, this will be Mutaling play. So Ruffle, I think Ruffle's game plan will be to skip roaches all the way, getting a good amount of the Zerglings for map control. Oh, taking his turret. Ooh. But this is pretty risky, because it's like, if you look at yeah, he didn't see a Roach Warren, he doesn't see the tech of Anubis, so he he has no idea he doesn't even know if there's a huge swell of roaches here at this moment. Lair tech is not even finished, and even if Lair tech was already done and he started his Spire, if there's a huge swell of roach link pushing down on the proposal, yeah, Ruffle could have just died to that timing attack. So pretty risky. Ruffle is taking a huge risk here. So only now drawing up. So supply is slightly ahead for Anubis. Oh, Infestation Pit. What? And Roach Warren. Wow. This is like pretty late. So Anubis sees the third, and he's gonna see the links. So I mean, I think Anubis is just gonna assume mutas, because usually when you see like non-gas units, is he gonna make spines? He's not making spores. Oh, okay. So maybe a red only. I mean, if it was normally, if it was me, if I saw such a huge amount of links and no roaches at all, no gas units, I'll assume that all the gas is being saved up for mutas, and I'll be making spores at home to defend. So yep, in this case I guess Anubis didn't arrive at a conclusion. Oh, okay. So Roach Link moving down to snipe the third. Anubis is gonna snipe this, no problem. At the same time, Ruffle is gonna go for run by. Is he going straight for the main? No, he's going straight for the natural. So wow, there's a lot of links. He can easily snipe the naturals, snipe the spine. Oh man. Yep, so this will be a base trade. So the third for, oh man, he's just going for drones. Not really microing here. So right here we have a big fight. Technically I think Ruffle should be able to hold this. Yeah, because of the 2 spines and because of the concave. I like how the evil chambers are positioned. This kind of SimCity forces your opponent's links to go through a narrow choke, and with your roaches in this position, you have a nice concave. They can't push through. Yep. Oh my. So Ruffle's here super ahead. I mean, the link run by he went for drones. I think it was a good decision because he could either have gone for the drones or do a snipe on the natural hatchery, and both would have really put Anubis really behind, because trading a turret for a natural, yeah, it's just a no-brainer. You have 2 base to 1. So right now Raffle just going for Roach Hydra. He doesn't have gas for the infestors though, so just upgrading Hydra range, and he'll be looking to do a death push. Looking at the actually production now is like, I think Anubis is being forced to remake his drones. So his larvae, instead of making units for his army here, yeah, he's been forced to make a huge amount of drones. So, and he's super behind economy. It's 124 to 84 supply. So we're gonna see this difference really build up. So just waiting for either side to push. Drone goes. Is he gonna retake his turret? I think he is. Yep. So Raffle gonna play the game really safely because he knew he has done damage. But Anubis is gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna scout the third base, so his vision doesn't see it because it hasn't been started yet. But there's like nothing he can do. Even if he sees the third base, he doesn't really dare to engage in this position because he knows that his opponent probably has a better economy and a bigger army. So yeah, nothing much you can do. Infestors are out for Anubis now, but only with just 3 infestors, I doubt we can do much. Another link run by from Raffle. So seems like Raffle actually is he quite likes this link run by strategy, because which is actually doing pretty good, because this wall isn't a complete wall. So Raffle gonna check for the third base, which he sees none. Oh, okay. So Anubis actually sees, and he pulls a whole army just to actually deal with these links. Few fungals. Yep, you'll be cleaned up. So some links do run into the main. I don't think they'll do too much damage. I think even a queen can DPS down these 3 injured links here. So now Anubis goes on. So all this just actually buys more time for Raffle to get out even bigger army, a bigger Roach Hydra ball, get his third base up. Could even drone behind it, I guess. Yeah, and he does. So looking at the drone differential, it's still 49-36, but 13 drones are gonna pop for Raffle. Sorry. He even has macro hatches. Injects are going nicely. Has roach speed. Well, this just doesn't seem a winnable game. Even if he does perfect fungals, which he does a very good fungal here. At most a fungal, oh, a wasted fungal there. Yeah, and most of fungal are going to do so. Good link snipe from Raffle, and this is curtains, I think, for Anubis. Anubis just A move. Oh my god, I think he right clicked. I don't know what he did, but it was totally miscommand. And yeah, I mean, it's always safer to A move rather than, I mean, you try to do some fancy maneuver like right click and try to do some stutter step. So just a split second of not attack A moving, not attack moving, and you right click into your opponent's ball of range army, and everything will evaporate. So I think it's GG. So again, the supply, huge difference of more than 100 supply. There's no way Anubis can win this. Yeah, GG.